Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk English, your cozy little corner of the internet where we talk real English, real feelings, and real life. I am Mike.
And I am Sarah. And if you are listening to us right now on a bus, while cooking, maybe hiding in the bathroom from your responsibilities,
No judgment at all. The bathroom is a very honest place.
it really is. Welcome, wherever you are.
So, Sarah, before we start today's topic, I have a question for you. A very simple question.
Oh, when you say very simple, I always get nervous. Last time you said that, you asked me something very deep.
Okay, fair. But this one is actually simple. So, when you think about something funny right now, like a joke or a silly memory, what language do you think in?
My first language, automatically.
Exactly. And that is exactly what we are talking about today. Thinking in English. Not translating, not converting, just thinking directly in English.
Oh, yes, this is such an important topic. Because I remember when I was learning English, every time I wanted to say something, I first thought in my language, then translated it to English in my head, and then said it out loud.
And how did that feel?
Exhausting, like running a race with heavy boots on.
Heavy boots. I love that picture. And our listener, if this is you, if you are always translating in your head first, please stay with us, because today we want to help you slowly remove those heavy boots.
Yes, and this is a B1 level episode, so the English is clear, simple, and friendly. If some parts feel a little fast, just relax. Listen again. Your brain is already working, even when you think it is not.
Yes, your brain is a very hard-working little machine. Give it some credit.
Yes, thank your brain today.
Okay, so let us start with the real problem. Why do we translate? Like, where does this habit even come from?
Great question. Okay, so think about how most people learn English. In school. And in school, you learn grammar rules. You see a sentence, you translate it, you memorize it, you get tested on it.
Right. It's like learning to cook by only reading recipes and never actually going into the kitchen.
Oh, that is such a good example. Yes, you know the recipe by heart, but when you stand in the kitchen, you freeze.
The kitchen moment. I've had that moment in English and in actual cooking.
Same. So school teaches us to see English like a puzzle. You pick up pieces from your own language and translate them one by one. And that habit, it sticks for a long time.
And the problem with translating is it's slow. By the time you finish translating in your head, the moment is gone. The conversation moved on, and you're still standing there, holding your translated sentence like a gift nobody asked for.
That is so real. You're ready to say something and the topic already changed, and now your sentence is just floating in the air.
Floating alone. Very sad sentence.
Poor sentence. It tried its best.
It really did. Okay, so we said translating is slow, but it's also heavy, right? Like mentally heavy.
Yes, so heavy. Because your brain is doing two jobs at the same time. It's thinking the idea in your first language, and it's finding the right English words at the same time. That's a lot of work.
It's like driving a car and also giving directions to someone in the back seat at the same time.
Oh, yes. And the person in the back seat is your grammar teacher, judging every turn.
The grammar teacher in the back seat. That is too real. So, friend, if your brain feels tired when you speak English, this is probably why. You're doing double work. And today, we want to help you do just one job. Think in English directly.
And near the end of this episode, we'll have a small word tour where we slow down and explain some strong words and phrases from today. So if something flies past you right now, don't worry, we'll come back to it.
Yes, and also, if you're enjoying this, please tap like and subscribe to Let's Talk English. It really helps more learners find us. Okay, Sarah, so we said thinking in English is the goal, but how? How do you actually start doing that?
Okay, so I want to share something that really helped me personally, and it's so small that it almost sounds silly.
The best advice is always a little silly.
Exactly. Okay, so I started narrating my life like a TV show in English in my head.
Wait, like a commentary?
Yes, so I would wake up and think, okay, I'm making tea. The water is boiling. The cup is warm. Just simple sentences about what I was doing in English.
Oh, so you became the narrator of your own life.
Yes, and it sounds funny, but it works because suddenly English isn't a subject anymore. It's just the language your life is happening in.
I love that. I actually tried something similar, except I talked to myself out loud, which my neighbors probably thought I was having a very interesting time.
Haha, yes. The neighbors, they deserve a medal, honestly.
They really do. But okay, so narrating your life, that's one thing. What else helps?
Okay, the second thing is start thinking in English words, not full sentences. So you don't have to immediately think in full, perfect sentences. Just when you see a chair, think chair. When you feel tired, think tired. When the weather is nice, think, oh, sunny day.
So English labels, like putting little English sticky notes on everything in your world.
Exactly. And some people actually do this literally. They put sticky notes on things in their house. Coffee machine, fridge, window.
Oh, I have heard this. Some people's houses look like an English exam.
Yes, every wall is a vocabulary lesson. But it works because your eyes see the word and your brain starts to connect the object with the English word, not the translation.
So slowly the brain stops making the detour. It stops going, okay, this is that thing. What is it in English? Right. It just goes chair directly.
Yes, that detour is the translation habit. And the more you label your world in English, the shorter that detour becomes. Until one day, it disappears.
Okay, I like that. The detour gets shorter. And friend, think about it for yourself right now. What is one object near you right now? Can you think its English name? Directly, without translating. Just one object. Take 1 second.
Yes, just one. Even if it is a ceiling fan or a coffee cup or your headphones. That tiny moment, that is already practice.
Okay, Sarah, so we have narrating your life, we have labeling your world. What is the third thing?
The third one, and this one is my personal favorite, is to feel emotions in English.
Oh, that sounds deep. Tell me more.
Okay, so we translate because our emotions live in our first language, right? When you are really happy, you feel it first in your language. When you are angry, your brain shouts in your language.
Yes, nobody counts to 10 in a foreign language when they're angry. They count in their language very fast.
Exactly. So one small practice is when you feel something, name it in English first. So instead of feeling happy and then translating, you catch yourself and think, I feel happy right now. Or I feel a little nervous. Or this coffee is making me very content.
Content. What does that mean again for our listeners?
Content means quietly happy and satisfied, not excited, just peacefully okay with life. Like sitting in the sun with a good cup of tea, that feeling. That is content.
Ah, I know that feeling. My Sunday morning face.
Yes, the Sunday morning face. So when you feel that, instead of feeling it in your first language, say it in English. I feel content. And your brain starts to connect English not just with grammar, but with real feeling, real life.
And when language has feeling, it stays in your memory much better, right? You don't remember a word you translated, you remember a word you felt.
Exactly. The word sticks because it has an emotion attached to it.
Okay, so we have 3 beautiful tools. Narrate your life, label your world, feel in English. But I also want to talk about something that makes thinking in English really hard, and that is the fear of making mistakes.
Oh yes, this is a big one.
So here's something I see all the time. A learner, they're thinking in English, maybe slowly, maybe imperfectly, and then they make one small grammar mistake in their head, and suddenly they stop, and they go back to translating, because translating feels safer.
Yes, it feels like if I translate carefully, I will make no mistakes. But here's the truth. Translating actually makes you make more mistakes because you're forcing your language's structure onto English, and the two structures are different.
Right. Every language has its own rhythm, its own way of putting words together. And when you translate, you bring your language's rhythm into English, and it sounds a little off.
Yes, it's like wearing your shoes on the wrong feet. They're still shoes, you can still walk, but something feels a little wrong, and people can tell.
Wrong feet shoes. I've definitely made that mistake in real life, too. Not just in English.
We all have. So the goal is to let English think in its own way inside your head, not through your language's structure. And that only happens when you practice thinking, not translating.
And here's something really encouraging. Every fluent English speaker you admire, they make mistakes too, in their head, all the time. They just don't stop. They keep thinking. They keep speaking. The mistake goes by and the conversation continues.
Yes, fluency is not zero mistakes. Fluency is the mistakes don't stop you anymore. You just keep going.
So, friend, give yourself permission to think in broken English, imperfect English, half-formed English. That's still English. That's still progress.
And, I want to say one more thing. When you start thinking in English, even for a few minutes a day, something beautiful happens. You stop seeing English as a foreign thing. It starts to feel like yours, like it belongs to you, too.
Oh, that's such a warm thought. English as yours.
Yes, it's not just a school subject. It's not just for exams. It's a language that you live in. And the moment it starts to feel like home, everything becomes easier. Speaking, listening, writing, all of it.
I love that. English as home. Okay, so we talked about so many good things today, but now, as we promised, it's time for our small word tour. We'll take the strong words from today, explain them simply, and give you easy examples. Just relax, listen, and choose one or two words to keep with you after this episode.
Yes, our little walk through the words. Ready? Let's go.
First word, narrate. To narrate means to describe what is happening, like telling a story. For example, she narrated her morning to herself in English, or he narrated his walk home like a nature documentary. You can repeat, narrate, narrate.
Next, detour. A detour is when you take a longer route to get somewhere, a side road, instead of going directly. We used it to describe the translation habit. Instead of going directly to English, your brain makes a detour through your first language first. For example, thinking in English removes the detour. Or, I want to take a detour through the park today. Repeat, detour, detour.
Next word, content. Content as a feeling, not content as in video content, means quietly happy and satisfied. For example, I feel content sitting here with my tea and a good podcast. Or, she was not excited, just peacefully content. Repeat, content, content.
Good. Now, fluency. Fluency means speaking a language naturally and smoothly without too many stops or struggles. For example, fluency is not about being perfect, it's about being comfortable. Or, his fluency in English helped him feel confident at work. Repeat, fluency, fluency.
Next word, automatic. Something is automatic when it happens without thinking, without effort, by itself. For example, after months of practice, English started to feel more automatic for her. Or, breathing is automatic. You don't think about it. Repeat, automatic, automatic.
And our last word for today is attach. To attach means to connect one thing to another. We said attach a feeling to a word. For example, I try to attach an image or a feeling to every new word I learn. Or, she attached a small note to the bottle. Repeat, attach, attach.
Beautiful word tour. And friend, remember, you don't have to use all 6 words today. Even if you take just one, make one simple sentence with it this week. Say it out loud, write it in a notebook. That small action is a real English workout.
Yes, and your little homework for today is this. Pick one part of your day, maybe your morning tea, maybe your commute, and for just 5 minutes, narrate it in English in your head. Simple sentences, no pressure, no perfection, just English thoughts in an English world.
5 minutes, that's it. And if you want to share, we would love to see one sentence in the comments. Tell us, what did you narrate today in English? Maybe it's, I made tea and the kitchen smelled nice. Or, the traffic was bad, but the music was good. Anything, simple and honest.
We read every comment and we love seeing your sentences. They make our day genuinely better.
They really do. Okay, before we go, please tap like on this episode if it helped you even a little, and subscribe to Let's Talk English so you never miss a new episode. We're here every week with real conversations, real feelings, and real English just for you.
And share this episode with one friend who's also learning English, because learning is always more fun when you're not doing it alone.
Absolutely. This is Mike.
And this is Sarah, and you have been listening to Let's Talk English. Keep thinking, keep speaking, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.